So the first thing I'm going to do is take you inside and show you where the main power button is to the RV. You're going to find that button right here above the staircase. It's right next to the giant red light, and once you flip it on, you are now running on your house batteries. This is the main control panel to the RV, and this is one of those things that looks kind of intimidating, but really it's quite simple. I'm just going to go through it starting from the top down. The top one you're going to see here is going to be your generator. In order to start your generator, you're going to push and hold the start button until you hear it rev up. And that can take anywhere from 15 to 60 seconds, just depending on how cold your generator is. Before you pull the slide out, you want to make sure you don't have any obstructions or anything sitting outside, kids' toys. You also want to look behind the driver's seat over here and make sure you haven't, put anything in here during storage, dog beds, or anything that could be in the way. And you also want to make sure you don't have any weight on the slide. You don't want to have anyone sitting here, excessive bottles of water or anything that can be extremely heavy. And once you know that you're clear, you can go ahead and extend your slide, which is going to be right here in the middle level over here. You're just going to hit the extend button. And you're just going to keep your finger on it and hold it until you're fully extended. Next to the extend button here, you're going to have a series of buttons, which are going to kind of be your gauges. The first one you see is LPG, which stands for liquid propane gas. And when you click that button, it shows you how much liquid propane gas you have. The next one is your battery, which shows you where your house batteries are at. The next important one is going to be your fresh water tank, which shows you how much water you have in your tank. The black and gray buttons are for your black tank, which is your toilet water, and your gray tank, which is your shower and sink water. One important thing to mention here, you can see, I can guarantee you that these tanks are empty, but they're going to show something different, and that is because quite commonly a piece of debris, be it toilet paper or something from the sink drain, can get stuck on one of those sensors, which will cause them to not work correctly. So you know for yourself the last time that you've emptied them, whether or not they're truly empty or not. On the bottom layer here, you have a series of buttons. The tank heaters is for wintertime only, so you're actually not going to use that whatsoever. You're going to need to turn your water pump on whenever you want to run water when your camper is in the dry camping mode. And when you turn it on, you're going to see your little red light's going to pop on there. Once you have that on, you can go over to your faucet fixture, turn on your water, and you have running water. And the last two buttons we have over here are for your water heater. You can run your hot water tank on LP gas or on electric. Most people choose electric when they're hooked up to a campsite, and LP gas is used often when you're out on the road. You're going to want to flip those on about 20 to 30 minutes before you're ready to take your shower or do your dishes, and by then you should have hot water. If you come in here in the master bedroom, the breaker box is actually right here. And you can find your fuse box right next door. I'm going to show you how to work the bed because the bed can be tricky. There's a couple different things you have to have in place in order for the top-down bed to work. The first thing you need to make sure that you do when you're parked and you're all set up on a level surface and you're ready to lower your bed is to unplug this seat belt up here. Just like that. The second thing you want to do is make sure your key, which is over here, is put in the on position. There's actually no reason to ever remove the key or even move the key to the off position. Just leave it in the on position always, but every now and then you might have a child or someone come and move it, and that'll give you some troubleshooting issues. But as soon as you have those two things ready to go, you can go ahead and push your down button and your bed will lower for you. Same thing's true in the reverse. Push the up button and your bed will raise for you. This unit also has a rear view backup camera and side cameras as well. The side cameras are activated when you turn your blinker on. I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use the water center. It looks a little intimidating, but actually it's pretty self-explanatory. When you pick up the unit, most likely you're going to see that it is going to be in the dry camping mode. If you just follow the diagram here, you can see it matches exact. And what dry camping means is that the unit is going to work without being plugged into anything, i.e. camping in the woods without a permanent spot or driving down the road. When you're at your camping spot and you're ready to hook up to your Spigot Connection. What you're gonna do is you're gonna move the unit into city water. And you just do as it says. Then you're gonna take your hose, hook yourself right up here. Again, you'll see the city water icon. And you'll take the rest of your hose and hook it into your spigot. One thing you'll notice when you are connected to what they call city water, which is really just your campground spigot water source, you won't need to have your pump on because it's just gonna be the pressure from the water of the hose that's gonna drive all your fixtures inside. When you're ready to get back out on the road and you wanna put yourself back in dry camping mode so that you can use your water while you're on the road, is you just go ahead and do the reverse. You're gonna take your spigot out, you're gonna unplug it here, and flip yourself right back into dry camping mode. A couple of the other options here, you're not going to use the winterizing and the sanitizing, but one other option that you might find yourself using is the power fill tank. That is how you fill your interior water supply so that you have a tank full of water while you're on the go. And that's going to be a similar situation. When you plug in your hose, you just go ahead and move your valves according to the diagram, turn on your spigot, and you will fill your tank. I'm going to demonstrate how to use the sewer tanks. This is going to be your outlet over here. You're going to see your black water valve and your gray water valve. Your black water valve is for your toilet water, and your gray water valve is going to be for your sink and shower soapy water. You're only going to connect the sewer when you're ready to dump your tanks. This is not something you're going to have going on all the time. First thing you do is remove your cap. You're going to take your sewer hose. It's very simple. You just hook up the grooves. And you go ahead and pull your valves. You're always going to want to pull your black first because that's your dirty toilet water. And then you're going to want to pull your gray valve because the soapy water will clean out the hose for you. And you just pull it like so and everything will flow out. And as soon as you're finished, you just go ahead and put your valves in, disconnect your hose, and put your cap back on. Remember that this unit runs on unleaded gas. When you're at your campsite and you're ready to hook up your electricity, you're gonna go ahead in this back compartment. You see you have a really nice long cord. There's a couple different surge protectors depending upon what kind of site that you're on. And you're going to take your supply and plug it right into your circuit box.